Hello and welcome. This is Teresa, and thanks for joining me. Let's see, how do I start this? The title of this video is Ephemera, Embossed Butterflies. And the way that I got here was that I made a command decision to replace my Cricut Explorer. Is that what it's called? Explorer 2, I think is what it's called. And start using the Joy Extra machine instead, simply because the size is a lot less. But the Extra can take a mat like this. So this mat is 8 by 12. And the big Cricut takes a mat that's, what, 12 by 12? Yeah, 12 by 12. And this, let me pull it over here. This is what, the little one looks like. And it's going to fit a lot better in my space than the Explorer, which is a lot bigger and a lot heavier. I just got that from Michael's for $179, and the accessories were actually on sale for 50% off. Hi, Teresa Church. You're watching from the balcony? Are you somewhere fun right now? So, to test out my new little Cricut, I grabbed a digital and I decided to cut out these butterflies with it. Now, as you can see, it did a wonderful job of fussy cutting out these butterflies. It did seem like it took a bit longer actually than what my Explorer 2 takes, but it's an okay trade-off for me. And that's my circumstances. So it might not, I might be wrong. Maybe it doesn't take as long. Maybe it's just because I did such little items, detailed, items. Oh, dang. I just spilled my new embossing powder all over my desk because I thought the lid was on. I have too many things here, and it knocked the jar over and the lid was not on, which is a good segue to the next thing I was going to say, is that I got this new distressed, what is this, rusty hinge embossing powder. What do they call it? They call it something else, don't they? They call it Ranger. What do they call it? Everything's so small, man, I cannot read it. I think they call it something different. It's not coming. This is my very first jar. So yes, I have seen these, online on Amazon and that sort of thing, but this is the first time I've purchased one of these. I use Stampin' Up! Embossing powders. Now I'm just kind of hem-hawing, trying to think how I'm going to get all that powder, this nice little pile right here. Try not to make you dizzy. That nice little pile right there. Oh, that's great. I'm glad that you're crafting as well, Teresa. Teresa, where are you from? So how am I going to get, okay, a brush and a little piece of paper maybe. So right now I'm not going to be crafting. I'm going to be doing a cleanup on aisle 4 kind of thing. OMG. Okay, we're going to take this piece of paper and fold it in half. Oh, Alabama. Okay, I'm in Idaho, in case I hadn't mentioned that to you before. Okay, big problem here is my lovely shaky hand. So what do you want to bet? I'm going to get this all nice in here, and then I'm going to go to pick it up, and my hand's going to shake, and it's going to go all over the place a lot worse. Oh, okay. Sorry. I have a memory like a sieve. And don't you know it gets worse with age. Okay, now let's say a little prayer that I can keep this silly hand still long enough to maneuver this, at least the biggest part of this powder. Hold still, baby. There it goes, shaky, shaky. I've done worse. Okay, let's move that over there and see if we can't get just a little bit more. I did a pretty good job. Look how much I got up. Sorry about shaky camera. This is not what I turned the camera on for. Not at all. I was going to have some fun. This is not fun. Okay. That's all I'm going to save. Ah, I just turned 63 last month. Okay, that's all I can save. So I'm going to get this out of my way just because I just want a clean desk for a minute so I can take a breath and relax. Now, yeah, I see the problem now. This lit, I don't know. Okay, I'm going to be real with you here. I'm new to using Tim Holtz products, and so I guess technically this embossing powder is a Ranger product, but this lid is crap. This is the whole reason why it fell and made a mess, because this lid doesn't go on nicely. Look at my Stampin' Up! Product. The lid comes off and on like a dream compared to that. And I can tell you, I have similar complaints about the Distress sprays. They clog up the tips, doesn't matter how. Yep, I used a smaller piece of printer paper because I've got a small area over here. But anyways, the Distress sprays, they leak. I worked really hard on making sure that I've got, you know, the nozzle screwed in and everything. I check it all the time. And many of them leak. And my hands get all messy. And I can understand getting messy when I put my fingers in inks and stuff like that, which I do a lot. I enjoy getting messy that way. But when it's because the container is leaking, then yeah. So this girl has her Tim Holtz products that she's going to experiment with, but no way am I going to be buying the whole line. I think they're overpriced, And I think that the products are defective in the containers. Now, that's what I said when I had this discussion once before on one of my videos, is it's the containers that these expensive products come in that I have the big gripe with. And I guess it's because, you know, I came from being a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, which I am no longer a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, but I have experience what a good product should work, how a good product should work. Yeah, I agree, Teresa. Especially when they can't package them in a decent container for that price. Okay, so this was, I think it was on sale, this distressed, and the writing is so tiny, I cannot read it. Glaze, that's what they're called, glaze. Sorry, it was going to bug me until I remembered what they're called. Okay, so first I wanted to play with the new Cricut, so I cut out the butterflies. Then I got this in the mail today, and I wanted to play with this. So I had all these little butterflies cut out, and I thought, ooh, what would that look like to put some of this glaze around the edges of the butterfly? Now, I wasn't able to do that with the little one. It ended up all over the butterfly. So let's try a bigger one and see if I can keep from getting the embossing powder all over the place. And we're going to put a little of this on here. I'm going to cover the antennas, and I'm just going to try to cover only the outside edge of this. Now, I said to myself before I turned the camera on, I was like, oh my gosh, Teresa, this is not a good project for you to do on camera with your tremors. But every once in a while, I'll make you guys suffer through my tremors, and I'll give it a go. Try something that I don't normally try. Now let's see if I can do this without making a huge mess again. Stinking lid. Okay. Now, I'll pick this up with some tweezers, give it a little tap, and get that back in there. Try to get that lid back on. I will be transferring this to another container. There's no way I'm going to go through this every time I want to use this. Move that out of the way. Okay, like I said, this is my first time using this product. And I think that what I'm noticing is, see if this is cool enough where I won't burn my fingers. This is more like a glaze, I guess I should say. It looks more liquid to me than if I were to use one of my Stampin' Up! Products. And I'm just thinking, I have some examples here. Let me see if I can find one real quick. I had some butterflies in here that I embossed. Okay, I think I also embossed some old book pages. Maybe I'll find that. Well, did I? Yes, right here. So this is what Stampin' Up! Embossing powder looks like. And I think it looks a little bit more metallic than this. And I think this looks a bit more liquid and glazy. I'd love to know the scientific properties to understand that. Those kind of things interest me once in a while. Whoa, about ready to drop this. Yeah, I think I like it. I like both ways, you know, for a variety. Now, let's do some more. Let's grab another big one. Finally, I got used to using this thing. This thing torqued me off the first time I used it too, because I turned it over and I squeezed the bottle. Oh no, you don't do that, because if you do that, that dauber pops out and all this product comes pouring out. You can bet there were prime words used in that incident, because you don't get this stuff back in the bottle. Well, I think I got some of it back in there. I'm not sure. So how's everybody doing today? How are you, Teresa? I think I just need to learn how to use this stuff. I know how to use my Stampin' Up! Stuff, but like I think I have to push and it kind of maybe makes the stuff come out. Okay. Let's do two at a time. And I'm not going to do all of these on camera. That would be boring. Yeah, you know, I thought about returning it, but I think that's the way it is. I think that's the way it's made. And it's basically one of those things where I've learned my lesson. I probably would not buy this again, but I don't think I'm ever going to use all that. But I also have the Versamark refill, and I have oh wow, I was just reading your comment about how you got the Tim Holtz pick tool with the brush and that all the hair fell out. Jiminy Christmas. I don't know how he makes all his money, because he seems to be pretty popular. And some people are really loyal to that, and they might not like to hear constructive criticism about it. I'm not loyal to any products. You know, I paid to use their products, so um, they should be loyal to me, not the other way around. And I definitely do not worship anybody. We all have our faults. Don't tell my husband I admitted that, though. I don't think he watches my videos, so he won't hear me admit that. You know, Teresa, I want to try one of those embossing pins. Barbara with 49 Dragonflies uses that all the time, and that does look so cool. You just reminded me that I want to buy one of those. I gotta find one. Hold still, Teresa. Ouch. Okay, so basically I accomplished that. Heat is not doing well on my mat. Darn it. I wonder if that's how I ruined my other one. Anyways, basically I accomplished what I wanted to accomplish. I got glaze on the edges of the fussy cut instead of all over like that one. And I think that looks kind of cool. And I'm gonna wrap it up right there. So that's all I have for you for this video. Just something that I had on my mind that, okay, you got 3 pins in a pack, but they were made in London. Anyways, I don't have any journals going on right now that I can think of. I still play in what I call my junk journal. Every once in a while, I'll do something different to that. And but I finished my other journals. I finished my planner that I just did, my Grungy Times planner. And I just realized I said I was going to put it in my Ko-fi shop, and I haven't done that yet. Yeah, I'll play with these. It'll be interesting. But I'm glad I got the Cricut Joy Ultra, and I'm really kind of excited about it because I might play with some decals and stuff. And I could have done that with the other one, but just I think I will use it more because it's small. So, of course, you know, you have to have enough space on the other side for the, but there's no buttons on this. You do everything through the software. And, oh, good idea. Ruin the mat while it's hot. Put a heavy book on it until it cools. I think that's how I ruined my other mat. Anyways, you just put the paper in and it feeds, and then you tell it to go, and then you tell it to unload everything on through the application. It comes with the blade and a pen, a marker. And I did buy, because everything was 50% off, I did buy the foil transfer kit. So I think I got this for about $15 because I got some other discounts too, military discount and something else. And then I got 2 mats. The other mat that I got was the card mat, and I don't see where I put that now. But anyways, we'll see how it goes. I'm excited about it. So I hope you guys all have a good day, and I'll see you in the next video. And I got to get a book on here. This is still hot. I need a heavy book, so I'm going to let you go so I can go find a heavy book to try and rescue my mat that's wanting to work.